So we've got the new line. I'd say new, but it's not that new anymore. But it's a QI 35, right? And the QI 10 was huge. I mean, and so now we're rolling into QI 35. What's the difference for the person who has not yet explored or not yet made the transition? What's the big difference between QI 10 and QI 35?
So to sum it up, yeah, it's the area of opportunity.
Area of opportunity.
So what that is the area, so basically the area that you can miss. Right? We all don't hit the center of the face every single time. What we did was we increased the area of opportunity. How we did that was we have a lot of carbon on our face. And throughout the head.
More than the predecessor.
Correct.
Oh.
So.
And how does that increase the area of opportunity?
So what we're able to do with saving weight is move the weight around.
I see.
Right. So we were able to lower the CG of the club. Creating basically, if you think about a line right on the face, we're lowering that lower CG, right, so that you can miss higher on the face. And we all know, right, if you miss higher on the face, it's higher launch, lower spin. Goes farther. When you miss lower on the face, it's going to be low launch, high spin.
So if I remember correctly, a lot of the hot shots come from higher out towards the toe, right?
Correct. There may be times where you hit a golf ball and you miss it, but it's high off the face, and maybe it went just as far, if not farther, than a normal drive. And that's what it is.
It doesn't feel great, but this went out there pretty good ways.
So lowering the CG, not only are we making it more forgiving, but we're increasing your distance on your miss hits.
Nice.
Because we're lowering the spin.
Who doesn't want that, right? Unless it's going in the wrong direction. but no. But so what's really interesting when you're explaining that to me, we always talked about, back in the day, it's about thinning out thinning out the material so that you can redistribute the weight more around the perimeter. Then it became multi-metal technology, so you get the titanium, which is lighter than the steel. So you're not only able to thin out certain areas, but you're also able to put in a different material that's lighter and stronger, and then thin that out as well. But now we're taking it to another level using carbon technology. And it's not so much thinning it out, right? It's more or less carbon displacing the metal with the carbon.
Correct. And once you don't have to make it thinner. Right? Once you replace something with carbon, it becomes lighter. Carbon is just a lighter material overall. And if you look at a lot of the sports cars, right, they add carbon to the sides or things that stick out. Because it's lighter and it cuts through the wind quicker.
I didn't know that. Okay, that's why. It makes sense now. And how about this? Do they still, because variable face thickness, right? That was an important thing, right? Do you still do that with the carbon?
Correct. We have 60 layers of carbon.
Oh, wow.
60 layers of carbon on our face.
Crazy. 60 layers. You could probably can't even see if you hold it sideways. You can't see the side. You can't see the layer.
That was game changing for us back in 2022, I believe, when we launched the Stealth driver. That was the first carbon face. And we've only improved it from there through each generation. And
went Stealth 2, then QI 10, and then
now the QI 35.
Why'd you jump from QI 10 to QI 35? I've never been able to understand that one.
So 35, the meaning behind 35, 3 is form, function, and fit.
Neat.
And we actually have 5 drivers.
Oh, that is cool.
So we have a QI 35 LS, which is our low spin model. We have a QI 10 or QI 35 core driver. a max driver, a max light driver with a lighter shaft and lighter head.
Got it.
And then we have our select fit driver, which you guys have the fitting card, and if you notice, you have these on the face. You have the Fujimoto, the silver stickers. You have 3 on each side. So that's when you use a GC quad, it picks up more club head speed and more data, more accurate data.
I didn't know
that. So that comes on all of our select.
We don't have a GC quad.
When I'm out on the range, I have the GC quad.
Yes, you do. I've seen it. Oh, that is cool. Yeah, you know, if I have one complaint about the new QI35 is that I have a hard time differentiating the heads from one another. It's not as obvious, but that's good because, you know, this is probably bad to say, but sometimes people don't want to be known for what head they're playing because they might be a little self-conscious about it. So it's kind of nice that they all look the same. But for me, when I'm going in there, like, oh, where is that? But that's just my complaint.
So one quick way you can tell is we have movable weight right this year.
So just look at that.
So we, in the LS, we don't have the sliding track anymore.
Got it.
We have 2 light weights up top, 3 and 3, and the 13 gram in the back, which can all be interchanged. And we got rid of the sliding track.
Why?
To move more weight more efficiently. Right, because that track takes up weight.
Heck yeah.
So now we can move more weight more efficiently.
And that track is to make the seat to adjust the CG, right?
Correct. Adjust whether it's going to be draw bias, whether it's going to be fade bias.
Oh, I see.
Whether you move the track in the heel or the toe.
I see.
Now you can move that heavy weight into the heel portion or the toe portion. To get the same effect, but it's going to be a greater effect because we're moving more weight. I see.
Okay, got it. So those are the drivers, right? And then of course you got the fairways and the hybrids. Any significant changes there?
Yes. So for the fairways, we have lowered the profile of the face.
Shallowed the face.
Correct. So if you ever hit our core and our max fairways, they are very easy to launch.
I see.
To sum it up, if you shallow out the face, those low misses now miss higher on the face. Yeah, which is going to launch.
I get that. That makes sense. And then, but for is there a LS in the fairways?
There's a tour.
So for the tours must be a little deeper, right?
A little deeper. Yeah. We have a weight track in the back. Yeah. That you can slide the weight forward or back.
Yeah, that thing is so neat.
To increase the launch. Plus we have our fitting sleeve that you can adjust 2 degrees up and 2 degrees down.
Yeah, that track though, I remember, this is before you came over, but Trevor was still the rep, and he goes, "Hey Kev, we're having this event at Waialae. Do you think you could come and attend?" I said, "Sure, I'll go and attend." So I went, and that's right when they came out with that track. I forget which model, it might have been Stealth 2 or something like that. But they were moving it, and they were talking about how you could get, I want to say it's like a club you could move that thing and effectively make it into a 7-wood or like a 5-wood or 3-wood just by moving that track. And I thought that was the coolest thing, right? Because it gives you so much
adjustability.
You
have one club head that can play stronger than a 3-wood. It can launch like a 4-wood, almost a 5-wood if you put it in the back, maybe add a little bit of loft. So we have a lot of different adjustments we can make.
It's so huge. And I tell you, for me, being a short guy, right? Fairway wood length is long. So it's like, I like the shorter shaft, right? But then I also have a problem of launching it too high with too much spin. So I want a stronger loft. But if you do that, if you have that head and you can do all those things, wow,
correct.
Right?
We can dial
it in so much more specifically, right? Yeah, I thought that was really neat. How about the iron? iron, how's that iron?
So the QI has been strong.
Uh-huh.
We released it last year with the QI 10. So our game improvement irons are on a 2-year life cycle.
Got it. Still in the life cycle.
This is the second year, and it's still been performing well and strong, just like it did last year.
Okay. So. And were there any new introductions with irons? Any other SKUs?
We did come out with the P790.
Yeah.
Back in.
Oh yeah. I just was looking at Leland's set today. He was showing me he's upgraded.
Correct.
Yeah. And it's good looking. It's a more compact head.
Yes.
Less offset too.
Yes. Little thinner top line.
Yeah.
We have a stronger metal on the face.
Yeah. No, that is great because as you know, when you're a better player, at least a better ball striker, but maybe you're getting to the point where you need a little more help, right? Whether you're getting older or you don't play as much, that is a great option. You know what I mean?
So it's still considered a game improvement club.
Yeah.
Right. It's in that player's distance category that's come about when we released the 790 back in probably about almost 10 years ago now.
No, and Leland is a perfect example because here you got a guy who some years ago was winning, the state open and stuff like that. But time, Father Time is undefeated, right?
And still a very good player.
It's still a very good player. But he likes a little help.
Is playing on the 790s.
Yes. And he uses that shaft, that
the steel fiber.
Yes. That shaft and that head keeps him in the game. Right? So these are great things.
Yeah, the 790 is a great option. It gives you forgiveness, but a lot of times when people look down on a club, if it, maybe a little too big or chunky, you may not want to play it.
Yeah.
The 790 gives you the same forgiveness, just with something that you like looking down at.
Nice.
So it fits a wide range of handicaps.
Right.
Right. A plus handicap all the way to a 15-20 handicap.
Absolutely. And okay, so let's just go through the lineups. You got the QIs, right?
QI.
Then what comes next?
The P790.
P790 then.
And we have the 770.
770. Okay, this is where I have a hard time between 770 and 790. I know 770 is a little smaller or less forgiving, but what's the main difference?
So it really has the same technology as a 790.
It's the exact same.
It's in a smaller, compact head.
Okay, so the only thing different is it's a little smaller and more compact, probably less offset.
A little more loft.
Little more loft.
Little more loft.
Oh, interesting. Okay, so it's not as hot. So it's more of a traditional. It's going towards traditional.
So we see a lot of what we call combo sets.
Yeah.
Where someone may go up to the 770 and a 7 or 6 iron, and then maybe finish off the lower irons with the
or even the other way around, right? With the forged one going to the longer irons with the 770s, right? Gotcha.
With the CBs, which is
that's the next one?
Next one.
Okay, and is that one a completely forged club?
Completely forged, yes.
Okay. And
it does not have our speed foam, foam air. It's a true forged iron. That's what you'll see in bags of like Nelly Corda, Colin Morikawa.
Okay, got it. And then after that comes the blade.
Comes the MB and the Tiger iron.
So the MB is one SKU and the Tiger is another SKU.
Correct.
How about wedges?
Wedges. So we have the MG4, which we also had last year as well. So that's staying through.
What does MG stand for?
Milled grind.
Milled grind. So the face is milled.
Correct.
Wow.
So the sole of the face here is milled.
Oh, really?
And what milled does is it really just keeps consistency.
Got it.
It makes sure everything is accurate there.
Got it. And that's a carbon steel wedge.
Yes.
Okay. And just one wedge, or are there different wedges?
So we have the MG4.
Yeah.
We also have the high toe.
Yeah, high toe, that's right.
So high toe is our full face wedge.
Full face, yeah, that's where the grooves come all the way from the heel to the toe.
And that's very helpful.
Oh yeah, big time.
When you're in the bunker, if you open up the face, if you ever open up the face and like see where you hit the ball, it's typically towards that higher toe area.
Or if you're like me and just hit it on the toe on accident, ta-da! Yeah, no. But I think that is a great club. The high toe, like having the weight out high on the toe. It really makes the wedge more playable, more forgiving, right?
Yes, it does.
Yeah, I noticed that too. I like that. But okay, and then your putter lineup, Spider is always dominating. I mean, look at it's on tour everywhere, right? So spiders, you have how many different spiders do we have?
So we have the Spider.
I know.
We have quite a few. The two most popular ones are going to be the Spider Tour, which, if you remember, the red, the all red and all black Spider that Jason Day and Dustin Johnson used. Yes. So that's really when it became super popular.
That's the Tour. That's
the Tour model. It's the same head shape. And then we have the Spider Tour X.
What's the difference between Tour head and Tour X head?
So the Tour X head is a little more compact. And that's what you'll see on the putter of Rory. Scotty plays the Spider Tour X.
Got it.
Scotty does play it on the L neck option, right? Which we just introduced last year, and that's been taken off. Yeah, huge. Nelly Corda also
yeah, it doesn't hurt that the two of them are playing it, right?
Yeah, the number one on men's and number one on the PGA and number one on the LPGA.
Yeah, what's up with that, right? Unbelievable. And then but the main difference, right, is it's the same thing as in a blade putter or whatever. The shorter neck has a little more toe hang. Correct. The L-shaped neck has a little less. So you got one that's more for a traditional stroke with a slight arc, and
that's what you'll see in Rory. Rory plays our number 3, which is that small slant. As you mentioned, a little more toe hang. Scotty plays the L neck, a little less toe hang, and then we also have a double bend option, which is going to be completely face balanced.
You know what's interesting though is that really when you get down to it, you cannot have a high MOI head like a Spider and really have a complete toe hang, because even that short neck, it hangs more like how a L or Answers type neck would hang on a blade putter. Correct. But nevertheless, I suppose it lends itself to that stroke profile. And
by going from a blade to a mallet, really you increase MOI and you increase, on your miss hits, it's gonna go on a straighter line. Yeah, no, unbelievable.
And like, I mean, in case in point, right? Because all three, right? Scotty, Rory, Nelly, they all came out of playing blade putters, right? And went into the Spider, and their stats got better. I mean, that's what got Scotty to go into the #1 slot, right? Wasn't it from the? Yeah. So what testimony for your putter, right?
Yeah, they both switched last year, and last year was a good year for the both of them.
Incredible.
I think Nelly won 4 or 5 in a row.
Yeah, I remember at one time they were comparing them because they were both winning consecutive
tournaments. And they won
tournaments
at the same time. And Scotty didn't win 4 or 5 in a row, but it did feel like he did.
Crazy. Yeah, crazy. So, all right, so we kind of talked through most of the golf clubs, but the golf ball, I mean, golf ball is nothing to sleep on. I could choose, I have a whole pro shop full of golf balls to choose from and to play. I choose the TaylorMade. I like that ball the best. Now, I'm probably not playing the right ball for me because I like the TaylorMade TP5X. I probably should be playing with the regular TP5 because it would probably perform better for me around the greens. But I just like the X because it goes longer. And being a tiny little guy, you're always looking for a little more distance.
Yeah, a little more distance off the tee.
Yeah, and it's just a confidence boost, right?
So it's funny you brought that up. Rory has been playing our TP5X for a while.
I know this. Yeah, continue. Yeah.
And a few weeks ago, or a month ago, he switched to the TP5. Yeah. Reason being is he just liked the control he had on the greens. It actually launched a little lower, so it helps with more flighted wedge shots and adding a little more spin.
Yeah. And he's still killing it. Yes. I mean, there's a guy that doesn't need help with distance. I mean, Bryson DeChambeau is the one that everyone is looking to and saying, this guy's a beast, he's killing it.
But Rory's not too far behind.
No. I mean, and in some cases, sometimes he's in front. I mean, right? Masters, right? Case in point, right? I mean, crazy. So.
And for his size, I mean, it's incredible.
What is he, like 5'9"? 5'10"?
Yeah, 5'10".
That's not big compared to those other guys. Yeah, so an inspiration for us short people, even though that's not quite short, but but yeah, so great balls. I know you have some in the more affordable category too, right? So what you got there?
So we have one step down from our TP5 line, which is our tour response.
Right, and that has a lot of the same qualities, right?
So the TP5 has 5 layers, the tour response has 3 layers, but it still has our same cover on the golf ball. So it still feels extremely soft, but performs like a tour ball.
Yep.
One step down from that, we have our softest ball, which is going to be the Speed Soft.
Okay, so we talked about the golf clubs, the golf ball, which is really a strong presence in the market now. I mean, where are you ranked anyways with golf balls? I know Titleist is still #1, but are you coming up in second place yet, or where are you at?
Yeah, we're definitely coming up. We've grown our golf ball a lot.
Yeah, it's huge
from the years past, and all thanks to the new TP5, TP5X. Tour response has been doing great. Especially we introduced the stripe line in both TP5 and tour response, so that stripe has been taken off as well. Yeah, and then the new addition with Speed Soft
it's a really cool look, and I think some people are borrowing that, but we won't get into that. But anyway, you know, I gotta give you a little plug here, because what got me onto playing the TP5, it was a time when I had some samples. I had TP5 and I had Pro V1. It was, you know, I just happened to have them. In fact, I don't think I had 2 samples. I think I had samples of the TP5, and I think Pro V1 was already in my bag. And anyway, so I thought, well, TP5's cheaper, and people are saying it's like Pro V1, so let's go try them side by side. I remember I was at Lelehua Golf Course playing that day. I was trying both of the balls, and at first I was like, wow, you can hardly tell them apart. And then I went like, I like this one better. So, and I'm not trying to bash anybody. I'm trying to be as neutral as possible. But I will say I play TP5, and I choose to because I like it. So, and I play TP5.
And that shows whether you're playing, you know, our TaylorMade golf ball or another golf ball. It always helps to maybe not be stuck on that one ball that you're playing. Yeah, it may have worked at some point, but maybe there's something better out there now. Yeah, so it's always good to be searching for that new golf ball, maybe that new thing that can bring you to that next level.
No, that's 100% true. And the thing is too, you know, you want people to go out and try everything, because if you truly have a product that's worth its weight, you know what I mean, that's a good product, they'll discover it. By trying. And so you want that the competition is good. Yeah.
And you won't know unless you give it a shot.
You won't know. Yeah, you got to take the Pepsi challenge.
Exactly.
Okay, so that's great. So we talked about the clubs, we talked about the golf balls, and any new golf bags coming up here? Got any new bags in the lineup?
We could probably expect some new colors.
Yeah.
Right, in 2026.
Yeah. Okay.
It's crazy that we're even mentioning 2026.
You're already going to launch 2026 product at the end of 2025?
No, it'll be 2026.
It'll be 2026.
But usually you can expect a few new colors and whatnot.
Oh, great. Well, that's great stuff. Great stuff, Tyler. But yeah, I think we touched everything. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
We really appreciate having you here. Anything else you want to plug us with before we take off?
Come see me at the driving range.
Yeah, come and check him out. If you want to, give us a call, 808-254-2107. Ask us when the next TaylorMade demo day or fitting day is going to be. Come out and see Tyler, and we'll hook you up with some good stuff, all right? Aloha, and we'll see you at the Klipper.